Watch this one. This is hand training. Hello everyone, today's Kung Fu movie review and breakdown is Jet Li's Tai Chi Master. It's talk about two boys grow up in the Shaolin temple. Two boys are like brothers, right? In Kung Fu we call Kung Fu brothers. So they do everything together. They eat together, practice Kung Fu together, and sleep together. Of course, separately. Now, this movie is very realistic. Some of the training very realistic. Okay, now let's have a look together. Look. Can you tell the move? Which form they are practicing from the moves? Can you tell? This form is called 规定拳, the standard form. In our Kung Fu Wushu level 2, we have this tutorial. And this form is not beginner level, everyone. It's quite like intermediate to advanced level. Okay? But depends. Beginners still can learn this form. Once you learn it, when you practice more, it will gradually help you improve your overall skills. So this form has 4 parts. Alright, every part has a flying kick in it. So help you to improve your overall coordination, flexibility, balance, everything, so on. Okay, so if you're a beginner, you keep practice every day, keep going, and then your Kung Fu will improve. Of course, you have to practice other training combined with other training together. If you want to build up your arms in Kung Fu, what are you going to do? It's like this. Hold a huge teapot. Why he hold a huge teapot? Is weight training, right? In the modern days, what do we use? We use some kind of weight lifting, right? Some modern equipment. Back then we use huge teapot. Inside has a lot of water. Sometimes we hold a bucket of water, right, as weight training. So this is just the way of training one of the method to train your arms, make your arm become strong. Kung Fu is very practical, okay? So you can apply it. So this is the staff technique. Using the broom. Some moves you can familiar, right? We already learned this one before. Watch this one. This is hand training. And hand training is why it's called head, which means make your head become iron. And this kind of training if you want to do it, don't do like them straight away. This will be too difficult. If you want to do head training, which you can try to do like this. See, think about this hand is like the wall. And this, you are standing here. That's your head. Okay, the finger is your head. You're trying to stand closer to the wall and put your head on the wall. So give a little bit pressure and weight. So this is for beginners to practice. And gradually your head can take it, already get used to it. You can step back further from the wall and put your head against it. So this way, you will have more weight, more pressure on your head. And gradually, you can step back further, make your head become stronger, okay? Stronger. This is for beginners, will be safer for you. And then, once your head becomes strong, you can do upside down, like handstand, but with your hands first, and then gradually you can put your head down on the ground. And at first, with this hand training, I suggest you put a cushion under your head. And gradually your head becomes stronger. You can take off of the cushion. Alright? And then you can do like them without the wall. Doing headstand without the wall. But this one too difficult. So I don't suggest beginners to do it, and because this one will, if your neck is not strong, you don't want to injure your neck. So bear in mind, do with the wall first. Standing against the wall, do like this first. for beginners. So don't do like this. If you're not doing professional training, there's no master or coach, be a supervisor. So I don't suggest you to do the headstand without the wall, okay? Like them. To do with the wall, standing first. Do like this. You can try, okay? So this is head training. This is head training. That's why before they were doing like a headstand, like handstand with the head, and then you can break things, break the break. This training is very realistic. We do this kind of training in Shaolin Temple or like Kung Fu boarding school, but not with your back brain. Back brain is the back head, the back set of your head. When you do head training, remember, only train the top of your head, but don't train the behind. Behind is very fragile. That's why you can see in boxing, kickboxing, championship, right? You are not allowed to punch your opponent back head. We call back brain because this is very fragile. And also in Kung Fu training, and when we're doing ground technique, we use front flip. For example, if front flip, we do it as ground technique training, will be don't land on your feet, land on your back. But when you land on your back, your head always, you know how to protect your back brain. You look at your belly, right? Look at your belly. So this way, your head will not touch the ground. Okay, and if your head touch the ground, that means your back brain will touch the ground, right? That means most likely you could maybe depends on how high your front flip. The higher, the worst, the more painful, or maybe can knock you out when you land on the ground because the high and plus the gravity you can land on the ground. So make sure if you know how to protect your back brain, you will look at your belly and also you hold your chi, right? You will not get knocked out. You'll be safe, okay? But if you don't know, that's not good. So you can see in Kung Fu movies, when they are doing action moves, they land on their back. They know how to land. For beginners, I don't suggest you to practice like ground techniques if there's no one. No master or supervisor to look at you, to be by the side, to watch you over. Or if you follow our online tutorials, you will do gradually do it, not try to do something too risky. All right. Next one is the staff training. All right, like a combat staff training. In Shaolin Temple, staff is one of the specialty. All right, we are famous for staff. Okay, so the staff training, you can see here, they are using a lot of the techniques I have shared before. Let's see how many you can tell. Break through the moves. This is Wu Guin, we have already learned before. This is Liao Guin, Peking.
Guin, we have already learned before. This is Liao Guin, Peking.
You can also use the staff to do cartwheel or front flip. Have a look. If you want to do a front flip with the staff, because staff is a long weapon. To be able to do front flip with a long weapon, you have to be very good with the Kung Fu. Otherwise, you cannot do it. Maybe you can do front flips. For example, you can do front flip with a dagger, very short one. You can do it. But long weapons requires more skills. Once this stuff, this material that was a ground technique. Once you get hit by this kind of material, it's going to be painful. This material is called white wax, 白蜡干 in Chinese. Maybe you understand Chinese more. White wax material. Okay, so once you get hit with this stuff, it's going to be painful. It's like a whip, You get hit by a whip. It's really not going to be enjoyable, not enjoy at all. You have to watch carefully. When they're doing this, you have to watch carefully. This is a shui guing. Shui guing we have learned before. Shui guing is using the top. Most of the energy goes to the top. That's why if you know how to use it right, you have more power. If you don't, the power cannot be shifted to your staff. When you do staff training, for example, when you do staff training, you have to know how to use your energy, right? Energy from through your body and then shift to your staff. All right. If you don't know how to use it right, the energy cannot be shifted to your staff. So it will be stuck inside you, which means we call qi. Shift your qi to your staff. All right. You can see that move. That was shui guing. We have already learned it before. When you see the butt, see that's the end head for. That's the end head. So once their head becomes strong, they can use it, right? But this is in the movie. But in reality, this stuff, this material of the stuff is very strong. You cannot use your head to break it, okay, everyone? You try. This is really strong. This material, I don't think he can break it with his head. But this movie, they made it like this, all right? And also you watch, when they're doing sparring, we can call this sparring or combat, they're fighting each other. Watch their body language. They're all martial artists, true martial artists. Their body language, you can see, it's like a real, right? For the non-martial artists, they cannot be like this. Their body language cannot tell it. Okay, cannot tell it. And for people who doesn't know martial arts, they still can tell it, which they're good or not. Maybe someone who doesn't know martial arts, when they watch this movie, they still can see, wow, so amazing, because they can see the body language, right? Maybe they're not like us, not like me, can see the details, but they still can see what this is different from someone who doesn't know martial arts. Okay, they can tell from the overall fighting, choreography, everything. Overall, this movie review, as always, is good. Why? Why Zach always? Some of you may ask, why Zach always is good or very good? Because I only review good and very good. Action films is very simple. All right. So what you're going to do is, like, when you are watching films, action films from now on, let's see, especially Kung Fu, let's see how many moves you know. Why you just watching it? Don't you want to learn to do it yourself? Visit our online training course here. Help you to build up your Kung Fu Wushu skills. All right, everyone. Happy training, happy life. We'll see you next time.